I think we have enough space.
This is probably the biggest financial risk I have ever taken, and I'm going to tell you all about it on our way to Pell City. In this video, I'm going to not only tell you what this financial risk is, but I'm also going to tell you exactly how much money we are going to be spending on it. So if you remember, quite a few years ago, we actually acquired Town & Country Ford in Pell City. Back then, it was actually called Pell City Ford, and we basically bought it from a guy that had started the building back in the 70s, I believe it is. In fact, you can see the original building right here. But we're gonna cover that, but first, I wanna show you this. Here we are, our brand new shop. So the reason I'm so excited about this particular shop is because we have the lifts to literally pick up anything, all the way up to 56,000 pounds. Let me show you. This is one of the reasons that this is one of the biggest financial risks that I've ever taken in my life. Take a look at this. This is what they call a mobile column, a 4-post column lift. And each one of these has a 14,000 pound capacity. When you put that together, this system can pick up a 56,000 pound vehicle. And that's the equivalent of what, like a big old fire truck, if I'm not mistaken. But the reason that this is one of the parts that it's a big financial risk to us is because at the end of the day, we have about $1.5 million just in equipment in this building alone. And I'm gonna cover some of the other costs associated with this building later on in the video. In addition to that one, you've got these tall lifts right here that are capable of picking up 12,000 pounds. And this lift is rated for up to 20,000 pounds. The reason I'm telling you all these weights is because this is a part of our strategy and the risk that we're taking with this whole building. Look at this, we even have a hoist here so that way we can pick up a 2,000 pound engine and drop it in and pick it up. But that brings up my whole point in this video, is because this is a big financial risk because you have the government, you have all the OEMs focused on EVs, but we're over here building this massive service facility that is designed and geared towards trucks like this one, not EVs. And so this is a big financial risk for us for a couple of reasons. We got a lot of money tied up in it. That's number one. Number two, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world. But number three is what happens if EVs decide to be the only vehicle that is legal to drive? What if they outlaw gas engines tomorrow? It's quite a significant risk. By the time this whole project is over, which by the way, this phase is actually opening today, by the time this is all said and done, we're gonna have more capacity for service work in Pell City than we have ever had in our Bessemer location. That's the reason this is so exciting. But I wanted to kind of give you a vantage point of how big this shop actually is. So let's go take a look. By the way, I'm 6'3" for reference.
Yeah, I think we have enough space.
So this whole project is based on remodeling and completely bulldozing the original building. What you're seeing behind me is a brand new extension of the existing building. And speaking of existing building, this is what the existing building actually looks like. This whole piece was added on after the fact. Now that this phase one is complete and we can work out of this, we're gonna be completely demolishing the front half of this dealership. Instead of showing you the details of the old shop, I think we need to start with the very front of this dealership. And don't ask what I got the hammer for, you know, that's This is what's left of the original building that was built back in the 70s, long before Town & Country got a hold of it. And back in 2017, we built this massive building.
Stop looking at me, Swan!
But now it's time to completely demolish what is left of this existing dealership from the 70s. Let's go take a look. Wow, this is kind of bringing back some memories because I've learned a lot about selling cars and how to work with customers and taking care of customers. Spent a lot of time in this building, and it's just weird to me that ever since we bought it in 2009, that we are here today to have a little bit of fun. Watch out for flying projectiles. want to, hold on, let's do it. Y'all gonna think I'm weak now. I gotta put my weight in it.
I can do this. I can't do this.
Okay, so this wall might be stronger than I am, but I guess that's what you get when you have something that was built, I guess, originally in the 70s. But wow, this is kind of wild to see. Now I'm out of breath. Well, let's see what y'all did to me. Yeet! Do kids still say that nowadays? No.
4 hours later.
Golly. I'm sorry. I did it for the YouTube. By the way, this is our general manager, Mr. Doug Bailey, and he walked in at the absolute worst time. I'm over here destroying your dealership. I'm sorry.
Demo mode. I like it.
But I'm so excited because at the end of the day, once again, 2009 all the way to 2024, we've been operating out of this. And now that we've got that phase one of the construction project done, now we're going to completely demolish this side of the entire project, and we're going to be turning it into our commercial vehicle center and our brand new TC Customs building, where we can customize, we can lift, we can lower, we can do all of the things automatically right here in a Ford capacity. Not only that, but we can pick up that F650 and change your oil in a record time, faster than anybody else can. And this is a really exciting thing. I'm gonna end up busting my ass. Victory! After that wall just took advantage of me, I feel like I need a little something easier to demolish. So, for real? What? What is this made out of? I'm not a sissy. I'm just going to close my eyes for this. I've always wanted to do that. Now that you've had a chance to watch me act like a child for a little while, let's, as promised, talk about the numbers and exactly what that looks like. Now, we don't have exact numbers finalized because at the end of the day, construction, you know the rules on that is usually takes twice as long and costs twice as much. Thankfully, we're hooked up with a really good company that is helping us build this. Good Game, you know, they've been fantastic to us. They've helped build the previous building and our building in Bessemer, Alabama. But the reason I bring all of this up is because I want to explain to you why this is such a big financial risk for us. Because as I've already kind of mentioned to you, what happens if the government just decides to outlaw gas-burning vehicles in the future? Well, this whole investment is in aftermarket vehicles, lift kits, wheels, and tires, which don't really work so well on EVs. Not nearly as much as it does on gas F-150s and things like that. But the other thing is what about these big Super Duties, these big F600s, and these big vehicles that we sell and we service? We're spending all of this money as an investment in those gas vehicles. It's not to say that we don't believe EVs are the future. We believe it's a part of the future, but it's not for everybody. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and calculate and give you a nice round number because we don't know the exact specifics because the construction's not done. But what I'm gonna be factoring in on this is how much was the land when we originally purchased it. We're not counting in what was the cost of the original building since we're demolishing it. But the cost of the land, the cost of the new building, and the cost of remodeling this new building. The other thing you don't think about is the cost of the equipment that's inside of these, the furniture, the fixtures, all the assets inside of the building. Just equipment alone, we're gonna be spending about $1.5 million on just equipment. And I don't say that as a brag, because that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to let you guys know that we're trying to invest in the economy locally here in Alabama, because we believe that Pell City and Bessemer, Alabama, and just the Birmingham area in general has got an upward trajectory. We're optimistic about the future. Now, as far as the overall cost of the land, the building, and all that kind of stuff, we're estimating all of it, all in, to be about $10 million. That's the first time I've ever said that number publicly, and it makes me nervous as all get out, because yes, we've been preparing for 25 years for this expansion, but also we don't have $10 million just sitting in our bank account. So obviously we've got loans associated with that, but at the end of the day, this is just our investment to try and grow local businesses, to try and grow our team and employ as many people as we possibly can. Thank you so much for watching this very different video. If you liked it, let us know by hitting that like button. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.